I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this.
You should have stopped years ago, but continue.
I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done.
So here we are, in the midst of the consequences of our own actions. Got it. Continue.
This is what I get.
Yes.
This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. Takes 4 days to do a one-day job. I might have fucked up.
You might have fucked up? No, you 100% fucked up. But the sad thing is, the sad and horrible thing is that you only think you fucked up because it's directly affecting you. You don't care about the millions of other people that it's affecting in the United States. This is 100% what you get when you ignore that he's a felon. When you ignore when he said, grab her by the you-know-what. When you ignore that he is liable for sexual assault. When you ignore that he has done scams and he says racist, horrible, homophobic things. This is what you get. Because the racism was there in his language all the time. You could hear him speak his racism every single day, and you chose to ignore it. So yeah, this is what you have to deal with. And it doesn't matter which race we're talking about. Donald Trump only wants white people in this country, and you ignored that. So yeah, you're dealing with it. All my love.
I regret my vote. I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump. And now, in the first few weeks of his presidency, thousands of people are losing their jobs. I lost my job. I was the director of operations of bear studies. For the last 4 years, we've been studying whether or not bears in fact shit in the woods. And now it's gone. It's all gone. What am I supposed to tell my family? What am I supposed to tell them? If you voted for Trump, I don't even know what to say, except fuck you. All the money being taken, and all the jobs being lost. I don't know what to do.
I voted for Trump and I'm sorry. I am uneducated. I grew up in public school system. I believed anything a teacher and a principal told me, and I didn't question it, and I walked in a straight line, and I didn't use critical thinking skills, okay? I didn't read Project 2025. I have a disabled child. I'm a single mom of 3. I believed what he said in his campaigns, and I fucked up, and I'm sorry, okay? Now, we're wanting accountability across the board. It starts with the people like me that made a mistake. I'm admitting it. The first step to progressing in anything is admitting that there is a problem. There was a problem in my judgment. I did not do my due diligence in my research, and I voted in a system that I had not enough awareness and knowledge of until shit started hitting the fan. So if you come for me in the comments and you start all of this hatred, because what we have right now are the people that voted for Trump and that are hiding and that they don't agree, like me, like I was until I'm making this video right now. And then we have the people that didn't vote, and then we have the people that voted for someone else, okay? And then most of all, what we have are citizens of the United States, we the people, complaining that this administration needs to take accountability. We start by leading by example, okay? So if you come for me in the comments with hatred and resentment, because what you have is a resentment for the people that voted for this, that you're a part of the problem. Please accept my apology so we can unite, come together, and move on. Let's lead by example. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
I hope y'all don't get mad at me for this, but I regret my vote. And I know what you're going to say. Well, you didn't regret it when he was making fun of the disabled community. You didn't regret it when he was threatening the people of color and the black community. You didn't regret it when he was increasing hate crimes against the LGBTQI community. Or you didn't regret it when he was changing the narrative of who literally started a war. Or you're going to say I didn't regret it when he increased hate crimes in both of his terms. Or his ignorance during COVID that cost us thousands and thousands of lives. Or I didn't regret it when he bends over for Israel and Russia. Or I should have said something when there's literally a recording of him bragging about essaying women. Or I could have caught a clue maybe during the felonies, or the way he speaks about his daughter, or maybe just the way he talks about people in general. Like the way he talks about Democrats, that should have gave me a clue how he was going to treat people in general that did not bend over for him. But alas, I must admit, it wasn't until it finally hit that it could be my children that go to war that I decided I regretted my vote. That's how dumb some of y'all sound, just saying.
I was at the grocery store And I was talking to the lady in front of me in line. The cashier was ringing up her stuff, and she was watching her total go up. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous." And I said, "I know, everything is so expensive." And she goes, "It's just ridiculous." And I was like, "Yep." And then she goes, "You know," she got real quiet. She goes, "You know, I can't believe they lied." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, who lied? I love this. Who lied? Did somebody at the grocery store lie?" She goes, "Donald Trump and all the Republicans, they lied. You know, they said everything was going to be less expensive, more affordable. You know, groceries would be cheaper, gas would be cheaper, living expenses for the average American would be cheaper." And I was like, you know, she goes, "But they lied. It's not true." I was like, yeah. And I told her, I said, "You know, I would have told you before you ever voted that he was lying and that wouldn't ever come true. But you probably wouldn't have listened to me." And she goes, "You're right. I probably wouldn't have." I was like, "Well, you know," and she just goes, I feel awful, you know. I feel awful that I voted for him. I feel like I let myself down. I feel like I let my family down. I feel like I let my kids down." And I was like, hey, you know, I get it. I really do. It's so easy to beat yourself up over choices that you've made, but you got to give yourself some grace. You know better, you do better, and that's all you could do, you know. And she just goes, "Yeah, you're right." And she goes, "You know, I wish there was like a lemon law for voting." And I go, "Oh, you know what? I wish there was too, because I guarantee you half the folks that voted for him would have returned that right to the voter dealership. Right on back to the voter dealership." She goes, "You're probably right." Anyway, I just am so frustrated. Because if they just would have done their research, if they would have listened to a voice outside, you know, the little conservative bubble, maybe they would have been like, "Oh, maybe I should look into that." Not like openly just like, "Oh, I'm going to discredit everything I believe and I'm going to go with that." But like maybe like plant a seed, you know, to like look into things for themselves. Use Google. Find some information, you know, outside of like whoever was talking to them, you know, through the TV, through the phone, through the news, whatever. They just would have like, anyway, it's so frustrating. But, you know, they're realizing that they made a mistake, which is great. It's just a little too late. But I hope, right, that it's a good learning experience for them and that they take that into their midterm elections, right? And they vote according to like what they've actually looked into and pick people who would actually benefit them and their families the most, right? Instead of just voting red or blue. And maybe even into like, you know, the next presidential election, you know. We don't just vote red or blue because that's what we've always done. You know, we vote for somebody who would actually benefit the majority of Americans, right? So they're realizing it's just too late.
Imagine embarrassing everyone who's ever had faith in you or trusted you. Congratulations, you're Donald Trump. So I saw this clip today where a reporter was asking about Epstein. It was like, "You're still talking about that? You mean the same thing you were talking about for the past 8 years?" Actually, let's go back further because Elon, right? He gets into a beef with Elon after he's given him access to our Wi-Fi password, our data, our mom's phone number, our skincare routine. Then they start going in on each other. Again, this man has your social security number and everything you've ever done attached to it. And we're like, wait, what's going to happen with that? Like, you guys are fighting now. Is everything going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? And he's like, "Oh, that guy's a loser. Just forget about it." And you're just like, what? So you just sent him off angry with all of our information and data. He doesn't care because it doesn't affect him. And the same thing with this Epstein files. Like, everyone said this, and this is just very karmic to me, and this is just what you get when you have no integrity, is the person that you're caping for all his MAGA supporters now being completely mortified and embarrassed, because this is like the one thing they wanted. They wanted a swamp drained, which this would have been part of that. They waited and they waited and they accepted everything else. I feel like this actually might have been one of the main things they wanted, and deportation. And then 5 minutes after, literally like 2 hours later, he's like, "We're still talking about that? Bitch, yes, we're still talking about it. We're going to talk about it till the end. We're going to talk about it till all the predators come home to roost." And making it so obvious that he doesn't care, and making it how obvious how stupid he thinks everyone is, and how stupid he thinks his own supporters were, which they are, which they were. And you know what else? You were stupid too if you were like a Kamala Harris voter. So I don't even want to hear it. This is like, I'm realizing like a lot of people are really evil, a lot more evil than they want to admit. And like, this is a result of all of our actions, actually. Because, right, we all wanted like a new constitution. Guess what he's doing? Dismembering it one piece by piece. But we're not going to get a new one, right? We wanted to save on government spending. Where's the money that Doge saved going? Has anyone decided to tell us? Does anyone know? Does the money exist? Did any of that actually happen? And I mean that seriously, because like, look at the world you're living in. Did he just walked away? Now they're trying to pretend that there's no client list. You can ask the victims who the client list was. It's really not that hard. There's actually 5 different ways to go about this. Getting the information you need. And the excuse like, obviously it's not suitable for the public. Duh, we know that. We don't want to see the videos of abuse, most of us. So that's stupid. That's a stupid response. Pam. It just made me think of Bondi Sands. Isn't it like a tanning brand? The Sands of Time. The time's ticking, babe. You're dust in the wind. Also the sheer evil with which he delivers that, like, like that, when that's the best you can do is just gaslight and deflect, you're kind of fucked. Like, your back is actually against the wall. And that's why I'm making this. Now actually is our time, because I was on Facebook today, which I never do. And on this app as well, those Republicans are getting upset finally. But you hoes need to do what you need to do. You need to January 6th this, because you did it over a stolen election, but like global child trafficking. Hopefully, maybe you'll do it again. This would be the main time to do it. And actually, we would join you. The proverbial we, the liberals or whatever. Not fully racist people. They're not fully moronic people who fell for this. Sorry, but it was just right fucking there. And I don't even feel a small sense of satisfaction of him so smugly embarrassing you. And I really should. Because all you had to do was just like choose someone else reasonable. You could have gotten rid of him and you didn't. Again, I don't think it's just your fault. I think it's our fault. And I can go into that into many details, but not in this video. Oh, let's show a clip. You can actually feel how disturbing it was what he said. This is the beautiful bean brain footage.
Yeah, sure. If I could I just interrupt for 1 second?
Sure,
Are
please.
you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talking
Look at her
about
looking
for
off to the
years.
side.
You're asking, we have
And
Texas,
she's like, ooh.
we have this, we have all of the things.
I'm gonna know that.
And
Gaslight.
are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Look at his face.
Do you
He's
want
a
to waste
fucking
the
liar.
time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
What?
when
Like, this is the
having
best
some
you can
of the
do?
Greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration.
And then he's
But
using
go
these
ahead.
people to as a shield.
First, to back
Yeah,
up on that,
clock that.
in February,
And this
I did
bitch.
an interview on
If you voted for Donald Trump, you voted for a cheater. He cheats on his wives, he cheats on his taxes, he cheats the contractors out of the money that they earned, he even cheats at golf. I mean, come on, how fucking low can you go? And perhaps worst of all, he's cheating every single person who ever voted for him out of the right to see the Epstein files. And that's because he's also a liar. He lied on the campaign trail. He said he was going to lower the price of groceries on day 1. He said he was going to end the war in Gaza on day 1. He said he'd end the war in Ukraine on day 1. He hasn't kept a single one of those promises. And worst of all, he promised he was going to release the Epstein files. And y'all still believe that shit? He lied when he said he wasn't going to cut Medicare. His big, beautiful bill does just that. But what else can you expect from a 34-count convicted felon? One who was never qualified to run for any public office to begin with. He lied about his health when he said he's the healthiest man in the world. Yet it's clear that he suffers from dementia and whatever the hell is causing those fat cankles. But yet so many of you all still believe his bullshit. So tell me why. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a liar, always a liar. He will never be anything but a cheating liar. So tell me what it is that you see in him.
I'm seeing more and more people online saying, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote to lose my job, and I didn't vote for a global trade war, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk to run amok in the government, slashing agencies and cutting jobs, and I didn't vote to see America's allies cast aside. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course you voted for that. You were perfectly happy to see all that happen as long as it didn't happen to you. And now that the leopard is eating your face, suddenly you've changed your tune. Well, you get no sympathy from me. You voted for that. You wanted that. So you sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't care what happens to you. I just want you to feel the pain that you brought on yourself, because that is the only way you can learn.
They are full of regrets. Every day they keep regretting why they voted. And in these videos, right, you've seen some already. They keep regretting. Oh, here's the reason why I voted him. Oh, I voted him because of this. I voted him because of that. My father voted him because of this. The regret is enormous. The regret is crazy. Man, this one is really, really, to be honest, I feel these people are not even going to stop regretting. They won't stop regretting. And right now, they're all feeling the heat. They're all having it. Everyone is soaked in it. Let's keep watching their regrets while I come with the whole commentary to sum it up. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this video. This video is just for entertainment, okay?
You know why we voted for Donald Trump? Because the middle class man finally thought he was going to get ahead in life. You said no taxes on overtime. Big, bold, beautiful letters. We thought, hell yeah, why would we not vote for that? Then you turn around and pass the bill and it's a crock of shit. It's a tax credit for the people that make a certain amount of money. Of course, when you put it in big, bold, beautiful letters, it looks great. We're going to vote for you. And you knew what you were doing. You were baiting people in saying, no taxes on overtime. You didn't give no fucking details. Your details that we read ain't worth a flying fuck. That bill, and I think Donald Trump's going to be great for the economy. It's only been 7 months. Give the man a chance. I get it. But the first fucking bill wasn't worth a shit. A lot of shit went wrong in that bill. Because we were misled. And you say, well, no, we were misled because a lot of people go off what Donald Trump says. We're not going to go read the shit. We're going to go off what he says. He needs to be more transparent with us whenever he talks about major life-changing topics like no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips, no taxes on Social Security for the elderly people. Instead, there were stipulations on all of it. The transparency was a fucking zero. The bill is a fucking zero. Still gotta hope it's only been 7 months, but fuck.
I think it's really sad that there are women out there who voted for Trump and are in relationships with men who voted for Trump. He does not love you. No matter what you believe, he does not love you. No. My dad voted for Donald Trump. I know that. I know. Do I have a relationship with him? Absolutely not. He never loved me. I've accepted it. And honestly, I wouldn't want to be loved by a man like that because then I know I'd be doing something very, very wrong to myself and other people.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I know I'm probably going to get some unfollows, but I regret my vote 110%. What is going on with this country right now actually makes me sick. SNAP defunded, Medicaid ripped away. My children just lost their Medicaid. My 6 babies, 2 of them on the spectrum, 1 of them with severe asthma, just got caught. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. What I've been seeing and what I've been hearing for these past few weeks, I've been trying to just ignore it, and I've been trying to say that it's just that side, fear-mongering again. But it's happening. It's happening. I'm absolutely terrified, and you should absolutely be terrified. And we all should be regretting who we voted for.
I was a Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this.
You should have stopped years ago, but continue.
I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done.
So here we are, in the midst of the consequences of our own actions. Got it. Continue.
This is what I get.
Yes.
This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. Takes 4 days to do a 1-day job. I might have fucked up.
You might have fucked up? No, you 100% fucked up. But the sad thing is, the sad and horrible thing is that you only think you fucked up because it's directly affecting you. You don't care about the millions of other people that it's affecting in the United States. This is 100% what you get when you ignore that he's a felon. When you ignore when he said, grab her by the you-know-what. When you ignore that he is liable for sexual assault. When you ignore that he has done scams and he says racist, horrible, homophobic things. This is what you get. Because the racism was there in his language all the time. You could hear him speak his racism every single day, and you chose to ignore it. So yeah, this is what you have to deal with. And it doesn't matter which race we're talking about. Donald Trump only wants white people in this country, and you ignored that. So yeah, you're dealing with it. All my love.
Listen, if you have food stamps that my tax dollars are paying for, good. I'm glad. Because guess what? I've been that mom. I've been that mom that needed food stamps to feed my kids. I've been that mom that rationed out money that I got on the 4th of every month to make sure that me and my kids were fed for the whole month. I've been the mom, that needed that help. And luckily, I've been blessed in this life now to where I don't need that help anymore. Let me just tell you, I saw a video on here a couple days ago, and the lady started the video with, "It's EBT day." And she goes to Walmart and she shows everything that she puts in the cart. She buys snacks for her babies, she buys formula, she buys stuff for dinners. She does buy some sweets. And people were coming for her neck in the comments. "Oh, glad my tax dollars could buy you candy. You didn't even buy food, you bought junk. Way to clear all the formula off the shelf." Y'all, be so for real. In the world we live in, be grateful that you have the means to pay the tax dollars that helps someone else and you don't need that help yourself. And you might want to humble yourself because your situation could change very quickly. And you could be the next one looking forward to EBT day so that you can buy some groceries for yourself and your kids. So in conclusion, stop being a judgmental prick, be grateful for what you have, and stop looking down on others that may not have as much as you. And be grateful that your tax dollars are helping put food in a child's mouth. I said what I said.
I just saw a video of a Trumper on here. You've probably seen it. And he's basically like, I voted for Trump. These tariffs are killing me as a small business owner. I need some help. Some Democrats in the comments are trolling him, of course. And someone commented like, I love this for you. And the Trumper replied via video. And he was like, oh, you love this for me, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck did you expect? We told you this and we got called elitist. We told you the impact tariffs have on the economy and you were like, you guys think you're so smart? This is basic knowledge. So the guy makes the video back and he's like, I knew Trump was going to tariff. I thought it would push people to build in the USA. I'm going to explain this to you like you're 5. Have you ever watched Shark Tank, okay? And the product's on there and the sharks go, why is it so expensive? And the person goes, it's made in the USA. Why do you think they say that? Why do you... Everything's more expensive in the United States. That's why we get things internationally. And as a small business owner, I'm surprised you don't know that. You didn't think this would start a trade war, huh? Like last time? And last time was significantly less than all the tariffs he's doing this time. Like, you don't get to play victim, okay? You were warned, you ignored it. Now you're paying the consequences for voting without knowing how things work.
They literally cut my food stamp card off. Zero balance. They took everything. So I told my husband, and he says to me, as I'm crying, and he says to me, well, maybe you'll lose some weight now. God, why did I vote for him? I didn't know this was going to happen. I can't go get a job. Is there anybody out there that can help me, please?
Well, what do we have here? Not the brunette sister of the Princess Bride albino crying about food stamps. I'm even gonna skip past your husband's toxic energy. Talk about the fact you can't just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I did manage to go through this creator's account and boy, honey, you are on TikTok a lot. There are so many reposts. You know what you could do with all that time if you stop being on TikTok? You'd probably get a job. What's crazy about this algorithm is that sometimes you end up on the wrong side of TikTok and you weren't on our side of TikTok where we were telling you Donald Trump does not care about poor people. Asking for help is wild. You have over 100,000 followers somehow on this account, so you're monetizing this content. You know what you're doing. This is giving, well, this is actually giving exactly the people that Donald Trump wants to cut off, the people who want handouts. Meanwhile, there's immigrants and people that are working hard to contribute to this country, but no, you just want to be able to stay at home. You know what? I send you my concepts of thoughts and prayers, and I guess also concepts of food stamps. And also, dump your husband.
I didn't know that he was, going to take my husband's tractors away. Also, I did not know that it was going to mean that my little boy was not going to be able to go to Head Start no more. And then I did not know that we was going to be out all of the cashes from the food stuff. I did not know we was going to be losing that money, okay? We need it. And then I heard that they was going to mess with Papa's Social Security. And this is just a little bit more than we can stomach around here, if you know what I mean. So I don't know who we need to call to fix this. We need to call somebody and talk to the manager.
I will vote for Donald Trump, even though he keep deporting y'all. I will vote for Donald Trump. He been snatching all y'all kids from y'all. I will vote for Donald Trump. He got white people kidnapping y'all.
Regrets. Wow. Now let me tell you something. When these guys were voting, what do they even think? Do they feel they were going to be given a kind of docket that when prices goes up, they're going to buy cheaper or what? The thing is, and the reality of everything is, everybody is feeling the heat right now. Everybody, whether you voted or you didn't vote, at this point you're all the same. You're not getting no Medicaid, no free food anymore, and tough decisions are being taken. How do you even cope with this decision? The best bet is just to keep quiet and just endure whatever it is till this particular tenure runs out. That is just it. But the whole, oh, I regret this, I regret that. What would they even add to us? What would they what is your regret going to do to us on the internet? Please enjoy it. You voted for this pain and you're getting it. You're trying to tell us, oh, the pain is too much, the pain is too much. Who do you want to come and endure the pain? Or should we take over the pain from you and feel it for you? No, you called this upon yourself, so enjoy it. But the best way to enjoy it, if I can be nicer to you, is to tell you to actually quit talking too much, right? Just be quiet. The mistake has been done, and there's nothing you can actually do about it. So just deal with it. Yeah, just that, and you'll be okay.